Wall Street and the business community are hanging on, looking for any sign to get out of this tariff mess. But isn't it amazing that we were all caught flat-footed about the tariffs? Donald Trump has been promising them for 40-plus years. But most people, me included, thought, he's just going to ride Joe Biden's economy. He's going to ride Joe Biden's economy. There'll be some tax cuts. There'll be some deregulation. And this guy could roll down to Mar-a-Lago every week and have a Saudi golf tournament, and he'll be in Fat City. Isn't it amazing that this is the route he's chosen and the panic that's ensued from big business, small business, and the street?
Yeah, I think a lot of people assumed the 2018, 2019 model was what would apply this time around, which is strategic, targeted tariffs that did have a cost. There was a stock market drop in 2018. It did have a cost back then. These are a different order of magnitude higher. This is 145% on China. This is 10% baseline around the world and higher in a lot of places. That's just an order of magnitude that businesses were not ready for. People are CEOs are scrambling. How do we even deal with this? The margins aren't big enough to absorb that, and that's going to pay a price if they get fully implemented, which is the open question right now.
Peter, I keep thinking back when I first started working in finance. I remember someone had a plaque on their desk that said, "Your word is your bond." And let's talk about the word we're getting from the White House. On the very same day, Trump says, "We are in talks with China on trade." And on the very same day, China says, "Nope, not happening." So tell us what you're hearing, because in terms of credibility, that flew out the window.
Yeah, even Scott Bessent said the other day that they were not yet in talks. So, look, Trump wants to be in talks. Obviously, he anticipates being in talks. But that doesn't mean you're actually in talks. And it's I think that kind of confusion, once again, leaves businesses and investors so uncertain about where things are going. I mean, I think that Trump wants to get a deal, obviously, if he can, but that doesn't mean he's going to get rid of all the tariffs when it comes to China. And it doesn't mean that they'll get a deal that was satisfying in the near term. China has obviously staked out a very hard-line position on this. They're willing to stand up to Trump in a way that, say, Europe and other trading partners haven't been willing to do. They're willing to get in his face. They're willing to troll him. They're willing to play ball in the same way that Trump plays, right? They used the phrase fake news today to push back on him when he said that they were in talks. That's not something you see from our European allies as much, but you are seeing it from China. That does suggest that they're, in fact, willing to take a certain amount of pain in order to hold out for, some deal that they consider to be advantageous to them, not simply agree to whatever Trump dictates.
Angelo, Trump's approval rating shows that 38% of people approve of how he's handling the economy. Like, the economy is supposed to be his jam, right? I talked to so many business leaders during the campaign who were like, I can't stand him. He's not my guy. However, he knows business. She doesn't know business. And look where we are. What does that tell you?
I mean, a few things. One, when we think about polls broadly, and I want to caution against that, because when we say people, we want to know who those people are.
Great point.
Worth remembering that Donald Trump built and organized power on what used to be considered the fringes. And the fringes were never reflected in polls, which is why he's always beaten expectations when it comes to the polls translating into power and politics, right? And if those numbers were really reflective of what was on the ground right now, why are there not more Republicans speaking out? Why is the only person Republican speaking out Don Bacon? I mean, it's because it is they know their politics, and their audience is still with Donald Trump very intensely, and that is because the right wing has narrative dominance. And if you look at the broader information ecosystem, the one that most people are consuming every day, the vibes are great. And they know that's painful. So, yeah, the economy is not doing great right now, but there's a pot of gold at the end of the rainbow, and Donald Trump is leading us there. They are being promised that Main Street's going to open back up again, that all the stores that they walked by, that are now boarded up are going to reopen. It's just a few years away, maybe even a few months, depending on how hard Donald Trump pushes. And everybody just needs to trust him and get on board with it. And that's where I think there's a disconnect here, because the polls are going down, but they are not measuring the atmosphere, because if that's the case, the politics does not reflect what's with the polls. Anybody else with those numbers, right? The politics would sort of bend around it. And that's because when you really look at what is driving things right now, the landscape, the vibes are great.
Damn, I told you I was your fan, and you are delivering. But couldn't we also attribute that to the first 100 days is a grace period, and people are just relying on information. But when we go to buy back-to-school items for our kids in August, and they cost twice as much, or there's no trapper keepers for sale, if suddenly our loved ones had those federal jobs and they were cut, or we don't have a Social Security office to go to, doesn't quite matter what OAN or Fox News is telling us. Our lives will be worse.
Yes, you're describing something very important, which is an opportunity. an opportunity for people to see the consequences of Donald Trump's actions and connect those consequences to him specifically. And that's the thing that matters right now, which is that if we're not able to connect the harms that people experience to the policies of Donald Trump, they are going to spin an alternative narrative that involves give him more power. This is just malicious implementation. This is just more of the deep state trying to push back against us, something that is keeping Pete Hegseth in power right now, this argument about the deep state. I mean, in a way, they've inoculated themselves against a lot of consequences. So you're right. That is going to be a reality. There are less ships coming out of China right now. There's going to be a harder access to shelves in come summertime. But whether or not people see that as a direct consequence of Trump is an open question. And Democrats are the opposition party. They need to be the ones to help connect those dots, but so does the rest of the news media and the public. And that is the test.
All right, well, then we're not going to traffic in alternative facts. Let's stick with the real facts, because today Donald Trump and Scott Bessent are sort of hinting at this idea that keep your eye on Korea, South Korea. That's where we will likely ink our first deal. Neil, are you kidding me? I get that the average person isn't a trade aficionado. We currently have a free trade agreement with Korea. Okay, what are they going to do? Drop the tariffs that never existed?
But we also had the USMCA, the Trump's trade agreement with Mexico and China and Canada, and that was the first thing that he ripped apart when he took office. Look, the status quo clearly doesn't matter to these guys. It's not. That's why we saw this whole thing with reciprocal tariffs. It was just a simple formula. It wasn't something where they had a specific list of things they're asking for from each country. It's just kind of a broad brush. Let's slap tariffs on everybody and figure out the rest later.
Fine. But, Peter, it's not just Trump's base or the Republican base. When it comes to messages out of this White House, the business community is laser beam focused on every word coming from Trump, Bessent, and Howard Lutnick. And I want to share a bit of what Lutnick said yesterday.
So all those factories that you're bringing in because of your trade policy, we're going to train people in tradecraft, bring back tradecraft to America so that people can work in these factories with great paying jobs. We're going to remake the American dream.
Peter, any person who has worked in finance, first of all, if you know Howard Lutnick's background, he's a broker. OK, a broker is a guy who just sells something, anything, and takes a commission for it. What he is basically saying there is that we would completely upend the labor market in America, which we're not going to do. And he refers to tradecraft, which isn't even about trade. It's about spying. So he's not even saying anything rational or remotely educated. And the world's watching.
Yeah, and it's not going to reopen factories next week or next month. I mean, businesses make these decisions months, years in advance, right? They base it on their expectation of profits and losses and markets and all of these predictable factors. What's not predictable now is what the tariff rates will be or what the president of the United States is going to do with economics. So if the idea is we're going to set up a new trading regime in order to permanently protect certain industries or protect the country against foreign competition, and it's going to last for years, well, that's one thing. You might make a decision on factories based on that. Of course, you won't see the results for quite a while, but you might decide that you're going to change your long-term plans. But they don't know that that's the case. They don't know whether these tariffs are going to be here tomorrow, a month from now, a year from now, and if so, what rates they're going to be, which would affect that plan. So if you want to build a factory, are you going to do it now when you don't know what the long-term projection is going to be, or are you going to wait it out and see what might happen? At the moment, I don't see a lot of new factories being built. I don't think we're going to see them for a while because I think people are going to wait and see things settle out first.